Well, hello, my loves, and happy Sunday to you. So today, I want to remind you that every single act of creativity that you do, no matter what it is an act of bravery. Sometimes we think that we have to create some huge masterpiece, and there's so much resistance and fear around creating sometimes, depending on the season you're in or what you're going through or how you're feeling. But I just want to continue to remind you that every single act of bravery or every single act of creating is brave. You are brave for stepping up to the table. And that's what I felt like today as I created in my Molly journal. And I had really no idea, which has kind of been the theme for much of what I have done. And to be honest, creating in this journal, any creating right now, is an act of bravery for me. But I decided I was just going to go with what I love the most. And that's always paper, maybe a little grunge, maybe a little magenta, but it's usually always starts with paper. And that's what I did today because I just didn't know what else to do. And I had these leaf prints that I had done with you guys in a Sunday inspiration, probably 2 Sundays ago. I made a bunch of collage papers with watercolor. And I think that's why I like them so much. They're soft and gentle and kind of exactly how I'm feeling or what I'm needing. Who knows? But I had them and I was saving them. I'd set them aside and was saving them for something special. And I thought, you know what? Every day is special. Every single day is a gift. And boy, am I learning that every single day right now. And I thought, I'm going to use them. I'm going to use the good stuff now. I'm going to use the things that are too special for just a simple old journal page. And I want to adopt that attitude. I want to have that freedom where I just don't care what comes out of my creative time, except for the fact that I'm here, I'm being brave, and I walk away feeling better, feeling more content. And I don't know, I need that. I don't know who doesn't need that. So I put my collage papers down with fluid matte medium. I got that dry, and I'm coming back over with a wash of gesso. And I've got some acrylic ink in raw umber. This is Liquitex acrylic ink. And every single thing that I do is simple. And remind yourself of that when you are feeling like you don't have any creativity whatsoever. Keep it simple. I mean, that's been the rule for the last month and a half now, is whatever is whatever, and that's okay. So I used very little things on this journal page, and I love how it turned out. And it almost feels like I'm coming back home. You know, I've been doing a lot of different things and having my conversations with Molly in this journal, and this feels like me. It feels more, me, and not that the others weren't, because they are definitely part of my journey. But this, like the papers, it felt like, oh, okay, there I am. I had these papers, these vintage watercolor palette papers out on my desk because I've been cleaning a lot just because I don't know what else to do sometimes. And I found these in a stack of papers on my desk, and they're in the blues. And I was like, oh, perfect for Molly. So I used those. I just went with the next right thing. Like, oh, I'll do this. Oh, I'll do this. It just doesn't matter. But it matters to my soul. And every step I took, I felt a little braver, a little more confident, and a little more like it just doesn't matter what it looks like. What matters is what I'm doing. It's the act of creating, which is a brave, brave act. So I cut up that color palette and put them down and loved how they looked. I just loved that. Just if I would have stopped here, I would have been perfectly happy and perfectly proud of myself for what I had done. I stepped up to the table, I did something, and it was good. And this journal page took me all of about, I think the total time was about 17 minutes. I'm not kidding. I stepped up to the table, put my papers down, dried it. I mean, I dried between my layers, but it did not take me long at all. So these are the papers that I have that I just love. One's on copy paper and one is on medical exam paper, and both of them I love. And as soon as I cut them up, I'm like, oh, I think I want to make more. But I didn't cut them fully out because the beauty of it is the shadow and the shading from the watercolor. So I left a lot of that in, and I just was so pleased. I don't know, when I look at these, it feels like comfort to me, and I need that. So, and they're soft and gentle and all those things. I mean, so many things assigned to these simple little stenciled watercolor pages. So I'll get those all cut out, and then I'll cut out the other page, and then put those down. I'm using matte gel because I've got some wrinkles happening on the first layer, and I want these to be a little bit smoother, so I'm using my matte gel for these. I like wrinkles. That's why I usually use fluid matte medium on the first layer. It gives it some texture. So far I've got paper, I've got some gesso, I've got some raw umber, and more paper. I mean, I was like, oh, it just felt like home, what I was doing, which made me happy. And then I was like, it needed a few more little branches at the bottom. It just felt like it was too even, and I'm not an even person. Like, it has to be odd numbers or something a little bit different than what I had. So I went back to the papers and cut out a few more leaves to go at the bottom. And I'll put those leaves down with some more matte gel. And I alternated. I put one of the darker ones on this side and the lighter ones on that side, just so that it didn't feel like all dark on one side and all light on one side. And then I got all of that nice and dry. A little bit more raw umber around the edge there, just to integrate the papers in so they don't just feel like I just stuck them on there. But really honestly, this is just a preference of mine. Again, any act of creating is bravery and something you should be proud of, however you do it, whatever it looks like. But, a little raw umber, a little more raw umber, it makes me happy. And my words for this page, brave choices, which goes right along with how I was feeling and all of the things that are happening right now in my world. And the act of creating is brave. So I want to dry those words really well because I want to shade them with some General's charcoal pencil. I'm going to put my shading around the page. I will kind of lightly outline the leaves. I don't want to do it too much because I just love how they look. But I wanted to bring them out just a little bit more. So charcoal pencil here, charcoal pencil around my words, and then I will use my black soft pastel stick to shade the edges of my journal page. I mean, super simple, but just really made me happy. And I was proud of myself again to show up because this creating is an act of bravery. I hope your Sunday is restful and peaceful, and I hope that you always, always know that you are loved.